Hey, what's up, guys? So we have to make a testimonial video, and I think the hardest part for this is going to be is to narrow it down from 3 to 5 minutes. Back about, I would say, 3 years ago or so, whenever I kind of got back into church and felt the call in my life, well, answered the call in my life to preach. The very first message I ever preached was my testimony, and it ended up being like an hour 15 or something. So anyway, that's probably going to be the hardest part. I didn't write any notes down, so I'm just going to kind of just go as the Lord tells me to. So 3 to 5 minutes. All right. So okay. So I'm Jamie Welch from here in Natchez, Mississippi. I was born and raised in Louisiana, around the Faraday, Lake St. John, Vidalia area. Graduated Vidalia High School. I did not have the, I guess, greatest of childhoods growing up. Um, Loved my parents to death, but as I was growing up, they kind of made some very bad decisions. My mom, she stayed uh, in and out of prison about, I think it was around 13 years of my life. 3 years here, 2 years there, 3 years here, a couple years there. Uh, she just chose drugs, and instead of me and my brothers. Uh, my dad, he worked on a riverboat, and he was gone a lot. And when he was home, he would drink a lot, and he was doing drugs and stuff like that as well. Uh, Not bashing my parents, they're both saved and serving God now. My mom's actually in a hospital, been in a hospital for about 9 months. So y'all please lift her up in prayer. She had a heart attack a long time ago, about back in December. But anyway, they're both doing great now. They're both on fire for God. Um, but back then, they made some very bad decisions, and I was basically raised by my grandparents and my brother Kevin. He was my role model. He was my mom, my dad, my brother, and he's my best friend. Uh, when I was 15, Mama was in prison for, I think, the second time. Uh, he was doing some stuff that he shouldn't be doing. He was a wild child. He really didn't. He kind of followed in their footsteps, if you know what I mean. And long story short, he got shot by the sheriff's department in our hometown, and it happened right in front of us, and the in our backyard. Well, he passed away whenever I was 15, and that kind of, my world kind of came crashing down then, because my mama was in prison, my daddy was on the riverboat working, gone. Uh, he was it. He was my world, and that really took a toll on me. And praise God for a praying church. And just like we're reading in the reading that we have to do, I had some awesome spiritual mothers and fathers that were lifting me up, and I didn't take the low road. I didn't get strung out and get drunk and all this stuff. So anyway, that was a really rough time in my life. Got through that. Went to church as a kid, kind of all throughout my teenage years. I went to church and was told that I was called to be a preacher by my preacher whenever I was 11. Fast forward, because I'm already at 4 minutes. I'm a musician. That's the tattoos and stuff. I got out in the world really quickly after graduating high school. Started drinking a lot. I started chasing women, drinking, and started a band. Our band took off. Me and our old drummer wrote this song, and it was supposed to be a joke. It ended up going kind of viral. We started a band called Framing the Red. Framing the Red kind of took off really quick, and we started touring nationally around the country. I'm diving deeper and deeper into addiction of alcoholism and adultery, and try to speed it up. We The whole time I had people praying for me. Obviously, my mom had gotten straight, and thank God, he just tugged on me one night, and I woke up the next morning and decided I was never going to drink again. Not long after that, I decided to quit the band. In the meantime, I had met who is now my wife. She was a groupie that I met, and the Lord just never let us really hang out. She was just a fan of the band. We hung out at the shows and everything, but every time we tried to like get together, God completely just intervened in that and stopped it. Once I got out of the band, gave all that up, she messaged me, told me that she had a dream about me. I said, "Hey, what's up? Let's get married." I'm in church. She had decided to give her life to God. She got in church, and that's it. We didn't date. We didn't get engaged, really. We were engaged for about a week. Decided to do justice of the peace. We got married, and not long after that, we answered, both of us lived the same childhood. We answered our calls to being youth pastor, and now here we are 3 years later, happily married. It was very tough the first couple of years. Satan tried his best to destroy our marriage. Almost did. Ended in divorce almost. Thank God for restoration. And anyway, we're youth pastors at our church now. We have 4 kids between the two of us. We're a blended family, but every one of us, we're family, and we make it work. It's awesome. God's doing so much. Our church is growing. Our youth is growing, not just in number, but in their walk with God. It's just amazing. I've already went over a minute and a half. I've got to cut this short. Please lift my mom up in prayer, and please lift up me and my wife's ministry. Love you guys.